What's up, Savings Squad and family? In today's video, I want to talk to you about how to budget on a low income. Whether you feel like your income is low, in the middle, or even a higher income, I'm going to be speaking to everybody, but I want to specifically speak life, speak hope into those of you who have a low income. And with me being somebody who has a very fluctuating income as an entrepreneur, being self-employed prior to that for all this time, trust me, I understand. I've done it wrong. I've done some things right, and I want to help you out. So the first thing I want you to do, and you probably need to do if you have a low income, is create a plan, create a spending plan, often referred to as a budget. But I don't want to turn you off today. I don't want you to get scared or get nervous or think it has to look a certain way. I want you to create a spending plan that works best for you. Not the Joneses, not me, not somebody else. However, there are some budgeting methods that work well based on your personality. So if you are somebody who likes to save money, wants to save money, needs to save money, but needs flexibility, you're not a super duper over planner like me, this is a pretty flexible, broad spending plan where you put 50% towards your needs. So that's your bills and your expenses, stuff you need food, you need to keep that roof over your head. 30% towards your wants. Okay, there goes your flexibility, girl. You can go ahead and eat out a little bit. You can maybe get some cute jewelry, get some cute shoes, go shopping a little bit, and then 20% towards your savings. Now, in my ideal world, I like to put my savings first, and so I'm suggesting that even though that 20 is on the back end, put your savings first. Make sure that you are always prepared for an emergency, as well as putting money aside for your future savings and retirement. So I kind of just mentioned one of the other methods, which is really this is for the free-spirited freestyle. I really don't want to follow any type of major plan person. And that's just the pay yourself first plan. Put your money goals into your savings goals first. Like how much you want to save for a particular thing. That's first. Put that money out. And then whatever left over, you put towards your bills. Now, if you don't have enough to pay your bills, that means you need to cut down, cut back, or cut something out. Do the math. Do the math. The next thing you can do if you have a low income is review and monitor your expenses. Okay, so we're not just talking about your frivolous spending. We're talking about those expenses that come out every month or every 6 months if it's car insurance or something else. But those expenses that you're paying right now pretty much on a regular basis. Now, as you review them, I want you to be open-minded and think about, are they holding you up from your savings goals? Are they causing you to get delayed on other bills? Is there more going out than coming in? That's a problem. If that's happening, I found that out when I started budgeting. Don't worry. We want to cut down, cut back, or cut out something. That's kind of the short answer. There's other things you can do, but literally, if you just look and review and you see what's kind of necessary, what's not necessary at all, what you can temporarily cut back on, because guys, I don't want you to not have a life. You want to have freedom. Financial freedom comes with some freedoms, but it may be a temporary thing that you cut out for 3 months, 6 months, just to get to your goals. And then you put it right back on in that budget, honey. It could come back. Tip number 3 is very similar to the last tip in that you're going to have to control your spending. I want you to temporarily reduce your spending. Okay, so we cut back on the expenses that are already coming out, like our household expenses. But now we done left the household, or maybe we didn't, because now we got all this online stuff. We got Amazon, we got a phone. We can just do it right from in our pajamas, right from the bed. We don't have to go nowhere. Y'all know. Put it in comments below if you do it. Don't lie, don't lie. Back to what I was saying, temporarily reduce your spending and make sure you actually know how much you can afford to spend. Don't be swiping that card and hoping and praying that it goes through and that you have the money in the account. You should already know how much is in your bank account, and you should already know how much you have allotted yourself to spend. Not like how much is in your bank and you could just spend, because it could be for a bill or something else. How much did you allocate to yourself within your budget to spend? I want you to research who you bank with. So I don't put this out here a lot. For a long time, I was banking online, guys, and no fees, like hardly no fees at all. And in fact, every couple of months, I was getting like $20 because I was getting like a lot more rewards and no fees. Now, granted, I didn't have a teller or somebody that I could go to and do certain transactions. So it was kind of difficult initially, but I worked it out, guys. I worked it out. So I want you to think about how you're banking, where you're banking. Are you constantly getting fees? Are you even ready for that bank account? I know this sounds weird because you're like, you shouldn't just have cash at your house, but we'll talk about that in another video, and or you can comment with your questions below. Again, as somebody on low income, you can't afford fees, so there's better places to bank out there that aren't going to continuously just trump up fees on you. And the final thing I want you to do, if you have a low income and or a medium to high income, because again, all of these tips can work for you guys too, but if you're on a low budget, you need some extra read all about it tips. Okay, so this strategy is to automate your savings, and this is also for someone who has, I won't say little to no control, because that's often something we say, but like maybe you're just normal, you're an average person, and you're going to spend the money if you see it somewhere like in your checking and it's supposed to be in your savings. So why don't you just automate your savings so that you don't see it in your savings, and only check on your savings when you need to check on your savings, but not because you're trying to get money to spend it on something. Okay, so automate your savings. Let whatever's in your check or whatever's that comes to your bank account, let it automatically go to your savings so that you don't see it and you don't think it's available. It's like a mind game. These were my low income budgeting tips. I hope they were helpful to you. Go ahead and comment below if you're going to use any one of these tips, and or you have something you want to share or a question you want to ask.
Don't run yet. Well, at least not until you like this video and subscribe to this channel. That way you can come back. All right, you can subscribe now. I'll wait.
A few moments later.
Hey everyone, I'm Joy, founder of Trendy Educational Services, and I'm so excited to share some news with you. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. Oh, we don't have drums? Introducing our free virtual learning hub. Yep, you heard that right. We've been working tirelessly to create an interactive space for learners of all ages. In fact, we have a holistic approach to educating the entire family, and I absolutely can't wait for you to be a part of it. Inside of our virtual learning hub, you're going to find real, relevant, and relatable educational resources, interactive courses, as well as expert-led workshops every month. And all of this will be tailored to suit your needs and interests. So we're going to be asking you for feedback and or your ideas all along the way. This community is for you. If you're watching this video and you align with this mission and or you need our services, this is all about you, your needs and interests. Again, from interactive literacy programs for your children in grades K through 5, as well as financial education courses for the entire family. We've got you covered, and we're going to grow into this through phases. So we're inviting you along with us for the ride. I know all of that sounded great, but here's the best part. You can pre-register now as an early adopter, and by doing it now, you're going to get exclusive early access to all of the content, updates, and anything else that's going on behind the scenes before our official launch. Whether you join us in person or virtually through our Facebook event page, you don't want to miss out. Pre-register now. I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. Real, relevant, and relatable financial education.